Hello, so once again I'm with part B of Unit 1 Human Resource Metrics and Analytics. Of course, I told you that we have two parts in Unit 1. We have covered part 1 HR metrics overview in previous video. Now in this video we will cover approaches for designing HR metrics. That is part B of Unit 1. Approaches for designing HR metrics. In this presentation, you will be understand approaches for designing HR metrics, inside out approach, outside in approach, how to align HR metrics with the business strategy, goals and objectives, link HR to the strategy map. Topic 1 is approaches for designing HR metrics. The approaches I have gathered from various articles from Google search engine. I found these are all the approaches for designing HR metrics. Out of them, first one is we need to understand the role of metrics in talent analytics. What is the role it plays? We need to work on that, and we need to analyze each and every situation based on the talent analytics. And we need to understand the question. What is the question? And then again, what will be the answer to counter that question? And another one is always build a business case. Case is the problem. If you're having a problem, definitely you will find a solution to that. So in this fishbone diagram is always remember. Another one is recognize that HR metrics alone offer a limited value. Do not rely much on that, and at the same time use it wherever it necessary. Identify the workforce driven components. So what are the workforce? That means the people driven components. And at the same time, what are the driven metrics? We need to focus on that. And at the same time, learn to ask the right questions. How to shoot point blank. Do not deviate your thought or anything. Whatever you want, you ask that one. And based on that, there should be situational. And another one is work across the organization. You need to focus on length and breadth of the organization. And embrace measurement. Everything should be measured. And don't compromise the data quality. Gathering of information should be always quality. You should not anything unrelated to the topic. The first approach is inside out approach. What is this inside out? Within the organization and outside the organization. First, what you will do is you will look into yourself based on your competencies, based on your talent of your HR, and based on your relationship with the customer, and the networks, how you are having, and at the same time, and what are the other capabilities you have. So everything is analyzed, and based on that, you will depend upon. And whatever you do, that will be sensation, and people definitely will accept. Example here I given you, Apple. Whatever the technology released by the Apple, that will definitely be accepted by the customers. And if it is golden circle marketing method. It is called as a golden circle marketing method. And traditional marketing methods start with what, then followed how, and ending with why. This is the golden circle used by the Apple. So three layers are there, and the first one is what. We just happen to make great computers one by one. Everybody should think that. And how we make products that are beautifully designed and user friendly. And why everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. That is why Apple is different. And the positive ends of an inside-out approach. It creates short-term gains and it leverages the strength by eliminating weaknesses. And it will always develop your enthuse and encourage you involve in developing a new or invent a new products. And the negative ends are it is antiquated. That means it is purely traditional. Whatever you do, that should be accepted to the public. That is a traditional approach. And it distracts companies from what is really important. Nobody knows what customer is expecting. Only knows is whatever you do, that will be accepted by the customer. And another one is it only provides a short-term advantages, not the long-term advantages. The second approach is outside-in approach. This outside means outside the organization, and that is compared to inside, and that is to be adopted and that will be developed based on the market demand, based on the customer expectations, based on the requirements of the society. These people will develop the value of the products. This type of approach particularly depend upon the growth markets. Always focus on improving your business. And at the same time, this type of approach always tap an opportunity that is available. They will always focus on opportunities. What is the opportunity and how to tap that one? And what are the trends and how should we meet them? How can we better serve the needs of the market? Every time we will think that what best services we can do and how to tap the opportunity. In that way, this inside approach work on. The positive ends of the outside in, I think. Yes, outside in approach. It is totally innovative. Every time you have to change your thoughts based on the customer, you have to move, and it gotten easier with today's opportunities. You will go according to the stream, so that based on the requirement of the customer, you are changing. It looks at marketing from a viewpoint of customer. This customer is a sovereign here, so they will always focus on what customer wants. And the negative ends, it can be difficulty to think this way. Yes, tapping a customer demand or understand the customer demand somewhat, little bit difficult, and doing a justification, it is also difficult, and it can be difficult to sustain, and there is no continuation at all. We don't know when the mood of the customer changes. Yes, this is connecting a thin line, connecting this diamond shape, loosely coupled inside out and outside in. They are mindfully of where their strengths and gaps are while using their organizational radars to detect opportunities and threats. And of course, based on the situation, customer experience management and internal system process, based on your strength, we will go for which approach is suitable for your organization. Yes, the next topic is aligning HR metrics with the business strategy, goals and objectives. Here the thing is how to align, how to mix with, how to combine HR metrics with the business strategy. Of course, I told you business strategy is a long-term plan. For that long term, you will have objectives. Then last is goal. Here are the first 5 steps I have given to you. That is, step 1 is you have to define the success. In order to have the place a decision making table, HR must be understood the business broad strategic goal and directions. We need to think about the strategic goals. That means we need to think wider. And step 2 is align and set your HR goals. Third one is formulate, and fifth one is get everyone to buy in. Get it. And step 5 is measure always. Measure in this sense means do your requirement, and beyond that you should not. Yes, another one is link HR to the strategic map. This is the map. It means map is a diagrammatical representation. So in this representation you will see financial perspective, customer perspective, internal perspective, and another one is a learning and growth perspective. Based on this you will have a map, productivity and growth strategy, and you have to link your HR to this map. So based on the requirements, based on the customer value, based on the internal strength of the organization, based on the human resource and the capital, you will, and based on the culture, leadership and alignment, teamwork, your strategy is linked to your HR. So this is all about part B of unit 1, and in next video I will meet you with some questions and answers and some case studies of unit 1. Until then, have a good time. Thank you.